Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the controversy surrounding Colleen Ballinger's charity. Following my last video on Colleen Ballinger, I thought that this would be a fitting video. Let's look into the allegations, Colleen's response, and whether there is any merit to these allegations. If you are not up to date with the Colleen Ballinger situation, Colleen Ballinger is a YouTuber who rose to prominence because of the online persona that she created, Miranda Sings. Recently, Colleen has gone under fire for allegations of grooming her fans, inappropriate behavior with minors, online bullying, manipulation, and much more. Make sure to watch my last video on the topic if you're interested in knowing more about that. But today we are going to be focusing on the charity scandal. But just a quick disclaimer, nothing in this video has 100% been proven. If it was, then that would be charity fraud, which is a serious offense that can result in jail time. And as we all know, Colleen is still with us here in the free world today. Neither do I necessarily think that Colleen Ballinger is actually guilty of charity fraud myself, but make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video to know my personal opinion on what I think is happening here. Alright, so let's get into it. For the past 8 years, Colleen Ballinger has asked the internet to celebrate her birthday not by giving her presents, but by helping children with cancer by donating. Since then, she has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for these children, which is absolutely amazing at first glance. Let's get into why it may not necessarily be so. There is an entire Reddit thread dedicated to this in r/Colleen Ballinger snark that goes into this in full detail. They do, however, give the same disclaimer that nothing has been proven. However, the lack of transparency from Colleen and her team give cause for concern and raise important questions that should be disclosed without hesitation. I will link this thread in the description down below if you're interested in learning about all the details. First off, there are questions about how the fundraiser is set up. Although we know that Colleen has been making some donations, as you can see here, large donations were made in the $100,000 plus bracket from Colleen herself and her business Miranda Sings LLC. However, it is unclear exactly how much is being donated. As the Reddit post states, the main issue is that the exact amount she donated is never disclosed. At the time of writing this, Colleen has never provided evidence that the entire amount raised is being donated. In 2019, Colleen switched her fundraising platform to Fundly, which deposits donations directly to Colleen's bank account. This is in contrast to several other platforms that allow nonprofits to sign up so any influencer can connect and the money goes directly to the nonprofit. Alternatively, both Children's Hospital of LA and Family Reach, which are the two charities that Colleen claims to be donating to, have an option to set up a fundraising page on their websites, making it completely unnecessary for Colleen to act as this middleman with her own Fundly page. Like, it just seems odd. The subreddit also states, by using Fundly, a percentage of the money is taken by their payment partner Stripe, so we don't know if Colleen is replacing that lost money. According to the website, it says our payment partner Stripe takes 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction for credit card processing. Which, I mean, that's not really crazy if she's not replacing that money. It's common for charities to take a portion of donations to cover their overhead and really only donate the remainder. It's actually really important to consider how much a charity is actually spending on its charitable program from each dollar that you donate when you're deciding which charity to donate to. And I recommend using an online resource such as CharityWatch.org to look up this information. UNICEF, for example, spends 84% of donations on charitable programs compared to its overhead. But back to Colleen, it is worth mentioning that upon checking out when you're trying to make your donation, there is this page that pops up asking you to provide a tip for Fundly's platform fee. It states that Fundly has a 0% platform fee for organizers and relies on the generosity of donors like you to operate our service. So in theory, the only deduction from your donation should be the Stripe fee if you're not giving a tip to Fundly. However, it seems like this wasn't always the case. Another content creator here on YouTube by the name of Paige Christie made a video on this topic just 2 months ago, and things were a lot different.
So if you go to the Fundly website, this is what it says there. It says, whilst it is free to create and share your online fundraising campaign, Fundly will deduct a 4.9% fee from each donation that you receive.
However, I'm also finding videos from 4 months ago that show the platform fee to also be 0%, so I'm not sure if Paige Christie was using an outdated screenshot or what, but all I know is that it wasn't always 0%. It's just not completely clear when that switch was, but I like the tipping system so much better. But Colleen has been using this platform for 4 years now, so unfortunately 5% of the $800,000 that has been donated so far did go directly to the platform fees. Some people say that Colleen wants the money to go straight to her bank account first so that she can get a tax break.
The charity doesn't care where you got the money from, and neither does the taxes until if they do some investigation, then they obviously care. But it looks like it's her money that she's donating. So whether it's $100,000 to Family Reach or whatever that was in the bracket for the Children's Hospital.
Someone else went deep into this on Reddit and got all of the tea out. There is documentation in past years that she has donated to a 503c nonprofit charity, which would be considered with the IRS to be a charitable contribution and in turn would decrease her taxable income. The questionable part is the use of Fundly, which would be considered person-to-person money changing hands, i.e. fan to Colleen. What kind of account and in whose name is the Fundly bank account linked to? You can pause to read the rest of this, but basically they end up with two possible conclusions. The first one is that she isn't giving all of the money to charity from the Fundly account, or the second possibility is that she doesn't want to show an official document proving the total amount that went to charity, because if she did, she would have to tell her fans that she is in fact getting a tax break with their money. I really hope it's the latter, and to be honest, with the amount of money that Colleen is probably making and how much money tax write-offs can make for her, it is more likely for that to be the scenario, in my opinion, because also, like, how purely evil do you need to be to steal money from children with cancer? I can't even imagine a child groomer even being that purely evil. Or maybe I'm just naive. To make things worse, Colleen's responses to these allegations have not cleared the air too much, and some may say have made things a little bit worse.
But every time this question is raised, the people who ask these questions, they are met with accusations that they don't care about dying kids with cancer. I shit you not.
This was the first year ever where I was receiving like hate while I was doing the fundraiser. Like usually, I mean, I'm used to, like, I'm on the internet. I've been on the internet for over a decade. So like I know that comes with it. And people are saying crazy things. I was like, what? They're like, Colleen doesn't donate the money. She keeps it. And she's a scammer and a horrible person. She's terrible. And none of you should be supporting her in this cause. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to help kids. Like, and normally I'm like, oh yeah, that just kind of comes with the job. Okay, it's hard and it's frustrating and anxiety inducing most of the time. But you know, it is something that unfortunately happens when you are in my line of work. But during a fundraiser, we were raising money for kids with cancer. I was like,
whoa,
what?
Dark.
Why are you trying to stop people from helping these kids? It was so bizarre.
Okay, listen, I don't actually know if Colleen is keeping any of the money. And to be honest, based on the evidence, there is nothing that actually raises my suspicion that she isn't donating the full amount. Again, the worst thing that she seems to be doing is using the donations for a tax write-off. But this response is just not it.
If you don't like me, like, that's totally fine. Just don't watch me, because then you won't enjoy yourself. Like,
go do something that makes you happy.
Right.
Why are you here watching this and sending hate?
If you don't like me or this, or, you know, then just don't watch it. Because, like, if I don't like something, if I don't like a show, I don't watch the show.
This response actually raises my suspicion towards her, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Colleen, how about instead of just acting confused and rambling on for 5 minutes, you actually explain yourself? Maybe explain exactly how and when and how much and to whom you donate to. You're not really helping yourself out here. One user commented, even if the reason for using Fundly is legitimate and above board, why hasn't she provided any receipts of her donations yet? That's usually a big deal that people who are fundraising post in order to show off their accomplishments. I think she's dug herself into a hole by saying every penny is donated, when really she takes deductions for herself and staff first, and she doesn't want to own up. And her best friend, Corey, didn't make things too much better either. One user had commented asking, is Colleen ever going to prove to us that she actually donated the live stream money and didn't pocket any of it? He responds saying, wow, what an idiot. You do the work. Call Family Reach. Call Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Call the families that watched their child die. No, please don't do that. Please don't call the families. But one user actually did go ahead and contact the charities, and apparently they cannot disclose that information. They said, I contacted Family Reach and Children's LA. Definitely won't be contacting families who've lost a child because that's foul. They can't disclose amounts, so why can't you or Colleen? Just want to know where my money went, and transparency is easy. Upload docs. One user replied to the Reddit post saying, it's the biggest red flag of her career, besides, the pedo stuff. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. Another issue is that for some odd reason, her fundraisers from previous years are still open. Like, I can literally go on their website right now and donate to her fundraiser from 2020 and it'll let me. And in fact, this has actually happened to people in where they accidentally will donate to the incorrect year. So the question arises as to whether these amounts are actually getting donated.
How many donations have been donated since the close date of the fundraiser? And is that money going to charity?
And lastly, people are also having issues with the way in which Colleen selected winners of VIP gift giveaways from amongst the donators. People are saying that she's likely choosing the most active users that she recognizes rather than using a truly random approach.
When I find someone who really wants this prize, that always is the worst part about me. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, you guys are all so sweet. Everyone's saying so many wonderful things. Okay, how about next one I see I'm going to do? This is very stressful. Carson met Colleen. I'm going to follow you back because you're following me. Karsyn. You're promoting the fundraiser. You said donate to childhood cancer. So thank you for promoting it. And here is the name here. So thank you so much. You win a $25 gift card. Congratulations.
One user commented saying she asks that people post a screenshot of their donation. You can watch her selecting people throughout her live stream, and it's obvious with a lot of them that it's fans she's familiar with or has interacted with before. She's also been seen to make fun of donations people made for only being $5. Take a look at that clip right now.
Alicia said, tell Rachel I'm sorry I can't buy her Christmas merch because I spent all my money on your fundraiser. Hey, that's okay. That is fine. Meanwhile, the screenshot was $5. Whatever. No, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that's amazing, but you couldn't buy your lunch for $5. No!
And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Again, just to conclude, I don't think she's pocketing this money, but again, that's just my personal opinion. And we also live in an innocent until proven guilty world, so I really don't want to put something so tremendously terrible on her. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, and maybe I missed something, or maybe I'm not seeing something that everybody else is seeing. Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys liked this video and found it informative. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. And for now, here is some eye bleach.